My daughter got expelled from her school, so I bought her a cake. When they told me that my 14-year-old daughter Andrea was being expelled because she attacked 3 classmates with scissors during art class, I didn't want to believe them, so I rushed over to the school as fast as I could. When I arrived, 3 students sat in the nurse's office, looking like they'd lost a fight with a weed whacker, with chunks of their hair missing at random angles. One kid with a completely lopsided cut that went from ear length to scalp short, another missing a huge section right at the crown. The principal, Mrs. Hoffman, thrust photos at me while the school counselor launched into a prepared speech about unprovoked violence and disturbing lack of empathy. The 3 victims had given matching statements, that Andrea had gone psychotic during art class and attacked them while they were working on their projects. Their parents were already there, demanding everything from lawsuits to psychological evaluations. That girl is deranged. The boys are traumatized. The counselor then added with theatrical concern, what's most troubling is Andrea's complete lack of remorse. When we asked her to apologize, she actually said they deserved worse. I just kept staring at Andrea, who was sitting in a corner with her head down. My head was filled with disappointment, anger, but also confusion. Did Andrea really attack them all unprovoked? After the principal handed me the papers for the expulsion process, I took Andrea and left. Once we were alone in the car, that's when Andrea finally spoke her first words since the incident. Dad, you taught me about respecting all religions, remember? When we visited different temples and mosques for that world religions project I did last year, I nodded slowly, not sure where this was going. There's a Sikh boy in our grade, Arjun Kaur. Every single day for a month, those 3 corner him. Her voice was steady, but her knuckles were white. They call his turban ISIS headgear and keep trying to pull it off even though we all know we're not supposed to touch it. Last week, one of the boys brought scissors to school and told everyone he was going to give Arjun a real haircut because his dad had said that Sikhs were just trying to hide weapons in their turbans. My jaw clenched. Did you tell someone? Andrea laughed bitterly, and I instantly knew. I told the counselor 3 times. She said I was being dramatic and that kids need to work out their own conflicts. She actually told me that Arjun should consider adapting to American culture if he wanted to fit in better. My blood was boiling now. Yesterday, they got him alone in the art supply closet. One of them was holding the door shut, while another was holding Arjun's arms, and the last one had actual fabric scissors, the sharp ones. They were trying to cut through his turban while Arjun was crying, begging them, explaining it was sacred, that his hair had never been cut since birth. She pulled out her phone and showed me a video where they were doing exactly what Andrea explained, only they were also calling Arjun a terrorist. I hated that no one was helping Arjun. So when the guys came back to class laughing about their actions, proud that they'd gotten a piece of his turban before he escaped, I decided they needed to understand the violation they'd just caused. I used the safety scissors from our table and gave them exactly what they were trying to give him. I was baffled. All my anger just vanished into the air and I patted her head. Andrea, I'm not saying what you did was the correct thing to do, but I'm not going to punish you for it. In fact, I'm really proud that you're my daughter. She looked at me with fierce eyes. Dad, there's something else. Arjun's been documenting everything for weeks. His parents have security footage from 3 different spots. They have recordings of the PTA meeting of someone saying, those towel heads need to go back where they came from. They have emails where the counselor dismissed their complaints 5 different times. She paused. They were building a case, Dad, a hate crime case. I just accelerated their timeline. I stared at my daughter, this brilliant, brave 14-year-old who'd risked everything to protect someone. That night, I called Arjun's father. Within an hour, we had a plan. The next morning, I walked into the principal's office with a flash drive and a smile. Before we discuss lawyers, I said calmly, you should see this. The video played, and the color drained from every face in the room. The principal was so scared of legal action that she took action instantly. By noon, the counselor was suspended, the 3 families had withdrawn all complaints, and the school board was begging us not to go public. Well, we filed the hate crime charges anyway. It turned out that one of the kids' parents had a family tradition where he taught the youngsters how to use a knife. On the same day they were convicted, I took Andrea to get the biggest celebration cake I could find, chocolate with raspberry filling, her favorite.